climb ranks in this battle royale game, I started an online relationship with a male college student. I used a voice changer to act cute and flirt shamelessly. Got him all flustered and distracted. Until my roommate who'd been living off campus moved back to the dorm. That's when I found out my online boyfriend was actually Joe-Key, the campus heartthrob. Late night duos again. I was nervous and only dared to type. A cold voice from the next bed came through my headset at the same time. Puppy, did you lose your voice? Later, he pinned me to the bed. My voice broke into whimpers from his thrusts. Call me husband again. I love playing this shooter game, but I suck despite being addicted. Got farmed like an NPC. Turned what should have been tactical combat into a survival horror game. The gaming experience was awful. My roommate Ku Mingming gave me a terrible idea. Buy a voice changer and pretend to be a hook some pro gamer to carry me up the ranks. Listen, is this even human behavior? As a tough soldier type, I would never. Hey bro, got a mic. I'm a sweet girl. Can you carry me up the ranks? 4:30 a.m. After tilting from the last game. I fired up the voice changer and started catfishing. This match I finally got paired with a pro player. After 17 straight losses, I knew this chance was rare. He kept coldly sniping, seemed used to this kind of pickup attempt. I wore a cute pink dress and shamelessly kept flirting beside him. Big bro, you're so good. Big bro, staying up this late? Got something on your mind? A big bro, wanna date online? I'm super sweet. I've never had a boyfriend. He'd probably seen bold players before, but never one this shameless. Finally fed up, his mic flashed briefly then cut off. Then he typed a string of periods in chat. Truly a cold pro gamer. I switched tactics and played pitiful. Know why I game at night? Because I'm so lonely. No friends in real life, and even when I match with someone in game, nobody wants to talk to me. Maybe it was the soft sweet voice, combined with a melancholy mood. The pro gamer's heart finally softened. He started sharing loot with me. When enemies shot at me, he'd throw smoke to protect me, then quickly counter, killed them. I was secretly thrilled, and shamelessly kept asking for more. After days of persistent pestering, under my intense offensive, he finally gave in. Successfully got matching couple names with me. We added each other on WeChat. To get him to carry me, I had to sweet talk him on WeChat daily. Good morning bro, and what are you doing bro every day? Spamming cute emojis and stickers. Feeling guilty while frantically sending them. I got all these from my roommate Yuan, who stole them from his girlfriend. Thought this terrible acting would last maybe a week. Once I hit diamond rank, I'd be done. Who knew the pro gamer was surprisingly innocent? Went from getting online to waiting for baby to come online. What a lovesick fool. More and more gifts appeared in my system. Flashy new skins. He'd give them to me without hesitation, even though my shooting was like wielding a stick. He'd still turn on his mic and praise me. Baby did great. His voice was cold and alluring. Even I, a straight guy, couldn't help blushing. The Midnight Island map became our sweet duo travel destination. I was immersed in the joy of constantly ranking up. Finally, when I was about to reach ace tier, Yang Yuan said our mysterious campus heartthrob roommate Joe-Key was moving back to the dorm. Our dorm has 4 beds, all of freshman year. Only 3 of us live there. That legendary campus heartthrob, I'd only heard other students discuss him once during orientation. Supposedly, he has a villa near campus and drives a sports car. Given his circumstances, he chose to live off campus from the start. Not only handsome but rich too. Which window did God close for him? A female classmate wailed. 有差 window. Everyone was envious yet curious about him. Though Joe-Key was assigned to our dorm, he's computer science major, while we're Internet of Things. Usually no chance to meet. This move, it would be our first time meeting him. Several tall burly men in suits came upstairs with luggage. Behind them walked a tall, handsome guy with striking features. Deep, aloof eyes and a small mole on his nose bridge added to his cold temperament. Alright, just put it there. You can go back and report to my mom now, he said casually. Yes, young master. The men bowed respectfully and left in unison. Yan Yuan, Ku Mingming, and I stood at the dorm entrance, stunned. The young master was still leaning against the wall, texting. His slender fingers tapped rhythmically, eyes glued to the screen. Meanwhile, my phone buzzed in my pocket. I didn't have time to check. Nearby, Joe-Key's cold eyes lifted, as if just noticing us. Yang Yuan snapped out of it and shouted, Young master, please come in. The dorm's young master wasn't as cold as he seemed on the Cebu. Within one morning, he bonded with us. Maybe infected by our chattiness, he joined the discussion, unknowingly revealed the juicy gossip that he has an online girlfriend. Ku Mingming was shocked, while Yang Yuan, that brainless guy, was already getting carried away. Who knows if it's a guy or girl on the other side. Haha, speaking of which, Cassie, I recently... Before he could finish, I covered his mouth. Zhou Qi glared at him coldly, somewhat angry. She's different. She's the cutest girl I've ever met. You single dog as ah. Yang Yuan mumbled, trying to prove he wasn't single. I kicked him hard. To avoid continuing this topic and making things awkward, I suggested creating a dorm group chat to change the subject. Zhou Qi cooperatively took out his phone, had me scan the QR code to add him. But when I saw that familiar avatar and username, my whole body froze. A cold voice sounded beside me. What's wrong? My head buzzed like it got hit by a sonic boom. Only then realizing how familiar this voice was. My online boyfriend was actually my new roommate. What kind of cursed luck is this? What kind of chosen unlucky bastard am I? Looking up, Zhou Qi's handsome face was inches away, obliviously urging me to scan it already. I almost wanted to flee. My mind raced as I shakily took out my phone. Quietly switched to my alt account and added Zhou Qi, then used the alt to create a group with all 4 of us. Yang Yuan and Ku Mingming looked at me confused. I silenced them with my eyes. Fortunately, Zhou Qi didn't notice anything. Wang Qi went to organize his bed. Ku Mingming messaged in our 3-person group. I get it. Mingxing, you made a separate group, so you can trash talk him in a small group, right? If that's how you want to think about it, sure. All day, I didn't dare log into the game. My WeChat was flooded with Zhou Qi's messages. Baby, I moved into the dorm this morning. My roommates are nice, just a bunch of clueless single guys. I told them I have a girlfriend. Fei actually said you might be a guy. Ha, they're just jealous of me. Baby, I miss you so much. Baby, you haven't talked to me all day. Baby, are you going to abandon me? Watching message after message pop up, I was sweating bullets. My previous shameless, commanding attitude was completely gone. Who would believe the cold campus heartthrob? Is this clingy and private? Han Panhaya is so lazy I never even asked his name. Though reasonable, who the hell could have made this connection? I'm so screwed. I actually catfished an innocent guy's feelings. Tossing and churning until 4 a.m. I finally couldn't resist my gaming addiction. The chat had gone quiet. Listening to Zhou Qi's bed next door. No movement. Must be asleep. I sighed in relief, put on headphones, and opened the game. But right after logging in, I got a Bright Team invitation. Zhou Qi was still online. The game chat showed several messages. Why didn't you reply to my messages today? Wanted to wait for me to go offline then sneak online. Ha. You want to dump on me? Don't ya? Another string of periods. The pro gamer was heartbroken again. I was torn inside. After an internal struggle, bit the bullet and accepted the team invite. Zhou Qi immediately started a duo queue. The atmosphere was eerily quiet. Late night jungle maps had many pros, mostly duo couples. In the lobby, some were making heart gestures, others dancing face to face. I stood there awkwardly. The golden mummy was circling and punching me. 臭的是. We boarded Zhou Qi's pink plane gift, waiting to parachute. Usually at this point I'd use the voice changer to dramatically cheer him on. Go bro, you're the best. Carry me to victory. Terrible acting with obvious motives. Yet he never questioned it. Willingly used tenderness to smooth over all the cracks between us. Suddenly a complex emotion welled up inside. Zhou Qi took me to Pochinki. I found a corner to camp like usual. While he went on a killing spree, elimination notifications flooded the screen. Unlike the usual intense battles, tonight he seemed to be silently and frantically venting. In just 10 minutes he wiped out all of Pochinki. The Eliminator badge locked on. Terrifying. His mic was flashing, but he never said a word. I felt guilty and a bit scared. In my panic, I missed nearby footsteps. My heart rate spiked. I panicked. Just as the enemy was about to finish me. Bang, Zhou Qi sniped him dead. I stayed quiet for a moment, then typed a thanks in game chat. The golden mummy jumped over and stopped in front of me. While I spun around randomly, clutching my stomach, the mic flickered briefly. Zhou Qi's calm voice came through. Talk. I startled. Couldn't tell if the voice was from my headset or from the bed curtain next to me. Just as I quietly took off one earphone, I heard that cold voice from the next bed coming through my headset simultaneously. Baby, did you lose your voice? The calm voice carried a hint of madness. I could tell he was angry. Makes sense from his perspective. A passionate, sweet online romance suddenly went cold. Anyone would go crazy. But I really don't know how to handle him anymore. All those sweet nothings I used to say so easily, after learning his real identity, they're stuck in my throat. Even my beloved rank climbing doesn't seem appealing anymore. Seeing my continued silence, the atmosphere grew even more tense. Zhou Qi continued calmly. I checked your match history yesterday. You duoed 4 games with a streamer named Han Nia. You have played 3 squad games. I kept telling myself not to overthink it. But now, it seems you're planning to dump me for him. Right? I wanted to deny it immediately. But when my finger touched the screen, I stopped myself. If this keeps going, Zhou Qi will find out sooner or later. This whole mess will get bigger and we won't even be able to stay friends. I steeled myself, deciding to cut things off quickly. So what if he is? His rank is higher than yours. His skills are better, and he's willing to carry me. I just want to climb ranks. What's wrong with that? I was lying. I could play with Han Nian because I'm a longtime fan who donated 2 rockets. That's why he agreed to do a tutorial round. Yesterday ZQ said he was busy moving. I wanted to learn some skills while he wasn't around, so I wouldn't drag him down later. Who knew things would turn out like this? We probably won't be able to play games together anymore. Let's break up. I added that last line. Suddenly there was a loud crash of a tablet, hitting the bed on the right. Yang Yuan and Kun Mingming both woke up startled. They asked Zhou Qi what happened. I held my breath. Zhou Qi didn't answer. In the quiet dorm room, his trembling voice rang out. Skills. I can practice more. Rank. I can catch up too. Don't leave me, star. Those 2 simple words hit my heart like a sledgehammer. My name is Xia Mianxing, but I never told him my real name. It was just an ordinary username. But hearing it from his lips now, it made me feel unbearably sad. I couldn't take it anymore. I logged out of the game in panic. Pretending to sleep through the second half of the night, I heard Zhou Qi crying softly, his voice almost gone. The next morning, Zhou Qi was back to his usual cold, aloof self. If you ignored the dark circles under his eyes and faint tear stains, he gave each of us a tablet as a gift. Apologizing for disturbing everyone's sleep last night. Of course we wouldn't accept it, but he insisted. Everyone tacitly agreed not to ask what happened. We all pretty much guessed. After Zhou Qi left for class, Yang Yuan carefully reminded me, this guy probably broke up with his online girlfriend. Xiaoxia, you play that game too, right? Maybe don't play it for a while. Let's be considerate of his feelings. Avoid triggering memories. I was dying for an excuse not to play. I nodded eagerly. Yang Yuan nodded approvingly, like a proud father. I know you're addicted to that game. It's okay. Let's switch targets. I'll download Plants vs Zombies for you. The new tablet got Plants vs Zombies downloaded on it. I mindlessly planted plants, then got my brains eaten 3 times. Forget it. To make up for what I owed him online, I was extra nice to Zhou Qi in real life. Me, who always oversleeps for 8 am, set my alarm for 7 to order him breakfast, ran from South Campus to North Campus, went with him to his computer science core classes. In the evenings whenever I was free, I'd organize people to play basketball with him. Among the 3 of us, Ku Mingming said, we should be nice to him, sure. But Mianxing, you're going overboard. I call it totally crazy. Yang Yuan agreed. Same here. Complaints aside, everyone just wanted Zhou Qi to feel better. So nobody thought my behavior was problematic. Zhou Qi himself didn't even notice. He gradually came out of his breakup funk, smiling more and more. He started looking at me with bright, sparkling eyes, like he developed some weird attachment to me. Something about me seems off. I need to rah. When Zhou Qi made a 3-pointer and I instinctively clapped and shouted awesome, I froze. Sweating bullets, I used my jersey to wipe sweat, hiding my guilt. The stand suddenly erupted in low gasps. I know I'm pale. Under the sunlight, just showing my abs was pretty hot. My face turned bright red, but before I could react, a long, strong hand grabbed the hem of my jersey and pulled it down to cover my stomach. Just then a girl came over blushing to bring me water, but was turned away by a cold voice. Thanks. Our team has water. We're good for now. The girl left disappointed. I turned to Zhou Qi, meeting his dark eyes. What water do we have? I bought some. Within minutes, 2 men in suits brought over several cases of water. Holy crap, Fiji water. How much does this cost per bottle? Never thought I'd get to drink this stuff. Zhou, you're really something. The water was handed out to the teammates. Even the people in the stands got some. Through all this time together, when it comes to dealing with people, I really admire Zhou Qi. If it were me, when I'm in a bad mood, I don't want to deal with anyone. I could never be this thoughtful. Xiaoxia, I've figured it out. The past is dark and gone. The future is bright ahead. Dude, aren't you a science major? Getting all poetic now. I should start a new life, like someone new. The sunset painted his gaze with gentle orange, rolling softly across my cheek with the evening breeze. I patted his shoulder with relief. That's the spirit. His lips curved slightly, his eyes grew deeper. Now I finally felt at ease. In the dorm room, I held my tablet, puzzling over how to beat Plants vs Zombies. Behind me, a fresh scent suddenly surrounded me. Desert Storm, I know this level. How does he know everything? Zhou Qi rested his fluffy head on my shoulder. One arm pressed against mine, holding my hand to steady the tablet. His other hand moved skillfully across the screen. The rich cedar scent filled my nose, making me dizzy. I couldn't help but look at his profile. Zhou Qi's eyelashes are long and straight, coldly beautiful. Sharp nose, thin red lips. Look very kissable. What am I thinking? While I was spacing out, Zhou Qi's lips curved slightly, barely noticeable. Then he reminded me, focus. Oh. I quickly looked down to learn strategy. You don't know until you see it. Then you're shocked. This guy must have commanded World War II. Several times zombies almost reached Dave's door handle. He blew them to ash. How are you so good at every game you play? I couldn't help but cheer. Joe-Key's grip on my hand suddenly tightened. He suddenly asked me, "How do you know I'm good at other games?" Just guessing. Wild guess. You gaming pros are all well-rounded, right? Is that so? I almost broke into a cold sweat again. Joe-Key moved his hand from the tablet to the back of my neck. Gently squeezed. I immediately broke into a cold sweat. He murmured again. I don't know why. I always feel like you're familiar somehow. Like we've known each other for a long time. To stop Joe-Key from thinking about this damn familiarity, I racked my brain to distract him. Our department's campus beauty Ren Weiren is having a birthday. I'm on her invitation list. Though I'm sort of the class heartthrob. I don't think she'd invite me just for that reason since we barely know each other. Sure enough, when I came back to the dorm, looking confused with the invitation, I got a WeChat message at the same time. 喂喂嗨明星 For my birthday party, could you bring Joe-Key along? I knew it. Joe-Key, the campus heartthrob, is definitely hot property. Girls from other departments are eyeing him too. I usually add people I don't know well on my alternate account, so I easily screenshotted and forwarded it to Joe-Key. Beautiful girl wants you at her birthday party. Together. Based on the principle that beautifuls are beautiful friends, I firmly believed Ren Weiren's birthday party would have lots of pretty girls. There's bound to be one Joe-Key likes. Then like he said, once he likes someone new, he won't have time to dwell on the past. Plus I heard Ren Weiren's brother is a gaming streamer. How long has it been since I played? Because Joe-Key's in the dorm, I don't even dare watch streams. Afraid he'll find out something. This birthday party, I definitely need to watch the streamer play a couple rounds to satisfy my craving. Happy with my plan, I saw Joe-Key's video call pop up on WeChat. I was startled and quickly answered. I saw him rushing back from somewhere, angrily demanding, "Who's Wei Wei?" Such an intimate nickname. Why are you celebrating her birthday? I saw him out of breath from rushing. His pale, handsome face flushed red. I wondered, where did you go? This is... No need to rush like that. For my mom's company back to school, don't change the subject. Speak up. I scratched my head confused and explained. It's Ren Weiren. You've seen her at student council, our department's campus beauty. She wants to invite both of us to her birthday party. YY is her WeChat name. I didn't specially said it. As for why I'm going, I quickly made up a reason. I'm craving cake. After Joe-Key heard this, his face returned to its usual cold expression. No more blushing. No more panting. Let's not go then, not interested. I'll buy you cake. Just wait in the dorm. How can that work? I quickly changed my tune. I like the excitement. I want to go. Please, give me some face and come with me once, Joe. Joe-Key raised an eyebrow, seeming pleased. Call me that again. Bro. With a repetition. Bro, happy now. Joe-Key hung up the video call, satisfied. I breathed a sigh of relief. I sat on the toilet contemplating life. My hand unconsciously opened the game. Joe-Key's not here now. Playing for a bit should be fine. After logging in, I immediately opened the friends list. Joe-Key's avatar was gray, showing last online 2 months ago. Meaning since that day we broke up. He never logged into the game again. In real life, our relationship is warm as morning sun, but in the game, it's cold as winter. This gave me a split sense of panic. Afraid that when the truth comes out, the real Joe-Key will break things off with me again. Suddenly, I lost all desire to play. As I was about to log off dejectedly, the gaming streamer Han Ye sent me a team invitation. I wasn't in the mood and quickly logged off. Suddenly, someone knocked on the bathroom door. Young Aaron snuck in to find me at Xia. Don't you think Joe-Key treats you differently? I sat on the toilet covering my crotch, thinking, Yan, do you have to chat with me when I'm at my most vulnerable? He smacked my shoulder in frustration. I think Joe-Key's pretty nice to everyone. He's so approachable. Yang Yuan was shocked by what I said. Approachable? You talking about Joe-Key? You don't know how cold he is to others. He's just polite to us at most. But he's special with you. Plus once, I saw him stick his head into your bed curtain. He suggestively pointed at my lips. I suddenly understood. To call me for dinner. Yang Yuan nearly fell over in frustration. Just then, the bathroom door was knocked 3 times, along with a low, cold voice, "Come out when you're done." What are you doing in there, Xia Miyangxing? Yang Yan got scared. He slipped out first. Good luck, Xiaoxia. I was completely confused. Thinking I was taking too long and keeping Joe-Key from using the bathroom, I quickly washed my hands and ran out, but I saw a tall figure leaning against the doorframe. Eyes dark and deep. What were you two doing? Nothing, just chatting. Remembering Yang's terrified look, I decided not to get him in trouble. Joe-Key did seem a bit strange today. I wasn't used to it. I carefully asked him, "Are you in a bad mood today?" No. Joe-Key lowered his eyes and casually put his arm around me. Didn't you say we're going to the birthday party tonight? I bought a gift. Damn, if he hadn't mentioned it I would have forgot. This young master really has no equal when it comes to dealing with people. The gift wrapping was an orange luxury brand bag, neatly arranged in 2 sets. I had a bad feeling about this. I carefully opened the box and saw 2 art cups. Different colors, One was the left half of a heart, and one was the right half of a heart. I felt like crying without tears. Seriously, can you actually give cup-ups with this design as gifts? Ugly aside, they're obviously a pair. It's hard not to suspect we cheaped out and bought them together. Joe said in a flat tone that price. Wise, it's probably fine, since they're $8,900 each. I couldn't believe my ears. You're saying this ugly cup costs $8,900 each, $18,000 for both. I was struck like lightning. Is this the world of rich people? I hesitated for a long time with a bitter face and said, could you give one, and I'll give something else? I can't really afford to pay this back. My monthly living allowance is only $5,000. Buying this one cup means I'd be eating dirt for 2 months. Joe's eyes flashed as he stroked my chin. It's fine. You can pay me back slowly. After all, there are other ways to repay. How should I put it? He smiled a bit creepily, like he was sick or something. I ignored him. I waited in my mind. If I could achieve my goal for this trip, solve a major worry of mine, $8,900 would be worth it. Eating dirt it is. Worst case, I'll borrow money from Yang Yuan and the others later. Ren Weiwei's birthday party was set at the banquet hall in Brilliant Sky Mansion. Lights intertwined, elegant figures in fragrant clothes. Sure enough, many beautiful women were present. The party opened with a custom island birthday video her brother made for her. Various luxury skin vehicles arranged in a heart formation. Game characters standing on a bridge dancing, like brilliant fireworks intertwining across the sky. The whole scene was incredibly beautiful. I watched with great interest. Joe stood beside me and suddenly asked, pretty cool. Yeah. That N-port bridge is so hard to get on. Getting so many people up there once and then arranging them so neatly really wasn't easy. Realizing I'd said too much, I quickly shut my mouth. Joe slowly placed his hand on my shoulder, looking at me intently. Seems like you've studied this game pretty deeply. How come you never mentioned it before? I was trying to find some excuse to brush it off. When a line of colorful text appeared at the end, Han Nian Team Production, suddenly I felt pain in my shoulder. I turned to look at Joe, seeing veins bulging in his neck as he stared hard at that line of text. My heart sank completely. Great. He really hasn't gotten over it. Ren Weiwei walked forward. She wore a sparkling diamond gown today, graceful and dignified, radiant and dazzling. She nodded politely to me, then looked at Joe with bright eyes. I'm really happy you could come today. Happy birthday. Joe smiled faintly and handed over 2 gifts. Xing and I picked these out together. His friend. And you're my friend too. Ren Weiwei's brows furrowed slightly. After seeing the 2 gifts clearly in the box, her face suddenly went pale. They're all sharp people. Just one look, and she understood what was in Joe eyes. But school relationships are one thing. Business relationships between the 2 families are another. She quickly recovered her smile. Thank you. Hope you 2 have fun tonight. Oh, Xing, I invited your favorite streamer for you. Don't get too excited when you see him. With that, she winked playfully at me, lifted her dress, and went to mingle elsewhere. I was completely confused, not understanding why both of them suddenly started addressing me so intimately. And about the streamer Ren Weiwei mentioned, I was curious. How did she know who I like to watch? While I was spacing out, Joe grabbed my wrist and walked toward the other end of the banquet hall. Aren't we eating cake? The southeast corner has cake and fruit wine. I ate and drank, completely satisfied. Soon, a strangely dressed girl saw no one around and walked straight to Jiao saying vaguely, I'm Wei's bestie. She said she wants to talk to you privately. Could you come with me? Joe looked at her calmly and decided to maintain politeness. Turning to me with instructions. Stay here, don't wander off. I'll be back in 10 minutes. I called the driver to pick us up. Okay, I agreed absent-mindedly. My eyes were still scanning around, looking for who might be the streamer. Suddenly a silver-haired handsome guy in casual streetwear sat down on the sofa in the corner behind me, put on headphones, and started gaming on his tablet. I quietly moved next to him, watching from standing, to sitting and watching, to stretching my neck with great interest. His gameplay was as smooth as always, just his hearing was a bit off. Enemies were right in his face before he thought to counterattack. If not for his movement and positioning, he would have died countless times already. I leaned over and asked him, Idol, can you hear footsteps clearly? He seemed to just notice me and smiled, taking off half his headphones. You know me. His smile was wicked. Those peach blossom eyes seemed to be brewing mischief. A complete playboy look, waiting for little fish to take the bait. I smiled mysteriously at him. It's so noisy. You probably can't even hear thunder. Your eyesight's already been bad these past years. If your hearing goes bad too, what are you gonna do? He gritted his teeth. I'm only trying to old enough. The fruit wine was pretty strong. I got emotional and started complaining. Last time I donated 2 rockets to you. You didn't take me for chicken dinner duo, picked a bad drop spot and got eliminated right away. You never lost a 1v4, but never won a 1v1. Chat kept calling you a purple bot, and you still wouldn't admit. His pupils shook as he pointed at himself, looking shocked. Meh. I continued complaining pitifully. Most importantly, after playing 2 games with you, I lost my workout buddy. He won't game with me anymore. Never again. You owe me my KD, my rockets. Han Nian sighed. You should have said you recognized me earlier. Saved me the act. Playing a few more games with you isn't a problem, right? He helplessly pulled me up. My sister said, I had to make sure you're happy tonight. If you're happy, that Zhou family guy will be happy. My old man still depends on the Zhou family for money. I stood up drunkenly. Sure, watch your language. The stream will get banned. He paused. You get it. Come on, let's go upstairs and find a quiet room. I'll use your account to get your rank back up, okay? Han Nian grumbled as he helped me up. Walking toward the banquet hall exit, but ran into Zhou Qi, who had a flushed face and unsteady steps. His bloodshot eyes immediately flared with anger. Where are you taking him? Zhou Qi punched Han Nian in the jaw, and while he fell back, pulled me from his arms. Could a 28-year-old man handle getting hit by a 19-year-old? After seeing who it was, he didn't dare hit back. Han Nian sat on the ground pathetically covering his face and crying. What family business? Whoever wants to inherit it can have it. I'm done. He ran off with his tablet, looking tragic and indignant. Zhou Qi's body weight started pressing against me. I sensed something was wrong, and quickly asked him, what's wrong? Being drugged. Do you rich people always play this hard? I slapped my own face hard, trying to stay alert. Hang in there. I'll take you to the hospital. Zhou Qi stared straight at me, leaning down to kiss and lick the cheek I'd slapped. Don't hit yourself. It hurts. Holy crap. Are you part dog? Nah, I was sure Zhou Qi was seriously unwell. I wanted to take him to the hospital, but he insisted on getting a suite upstairs to rest. Don't worry, I was kidding. Just had some drinks. He lay on the bed and I couldn't pull him up no matter how hard I tried. His suit jacket was already carelessly thrown at the foot of the bed. Shirt buttons came undone from all the tugging, revealing his toned, pale chest. Looking further down, I shivered and looked away. With your little strength, save it. He suddenly pulled hard, yanking me down onto the bed and pinning me down, his burning breath by my neck making my heart tremble. Tell me, why did you lie to me? My eyelashes trembled. Had judgment finally come? He knew my past companionship, my professed feelings. It was all deception. And just when he'd finally emerged from the shadows, what greeted him was another deception. I didn't know how to explain. Should I say it all started as a prank? And blame him for getting in too deep? I couldn't say it. My eyes just welled up, as I mumbled repeatedly. Sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry makes it all okay. Tears blurred my vision. I could only see an expression that seemed like crying and laughing. He must be heartbroken. I choked up, not knowing how to respond. Afraid of saying something that would hurt him more. More afraid of going separate ways again in reality. Zhou Qi paused, then leaned down to kiss away my tears. I felt both nervous and shocked. The best way to fix a mistake is to make it right from the start. Zhou Qi gripped my chin, forcing me to look at him. But his eyes held such tenderness, I almost drowned in it. So we've been truly in love from the beginning. And we'll keep loving each other forever. We never broke up. Love arrives suddenly. By the time you realize it, it may have already passed through the hot summer and bloomed into a rose. That night, the starlight and evening breeze were both passionate, intertwining, entangling, responding, blooming. The rose soaked in night dew, releasing waves of fragrance under the moonlight. The original residents of dorm 3R5 felt something was off. A new roommate had moved in, but counting on their fingers at semester's end, how were they one short? Yang Yonglan slapped his forehead. Little Xia got kidnapped. Damn Zhou Qi moving back was just a cover. Kidnapping was the real goal. Makes sense. How could rich people live in a villa, then randomly squeeze into a tiny dorm room? Even Yang Yuan's brain could see there was a problem. Ku Mingming didn't care about that. When Zhou Qi left, he gave each of them a laptop as a thank you gift. Thanks for what? The two couldn't figure it out. The only thing Yang Yuan was happy about was that little Sha looked pretty sweet when holding hands with Zhou Qi. He was such a soft-hearted, timid kid. Even catfishing someone online would make him cry. Feeling guilty all day, after gaming at night. Good thing he stopped playing that game later. Or the constant worry would give the kid a heart attack. Dating and shifting focus was good for him. But what he didn't know was that the soul, called Timid Kid, had picked up that game he'd stopped playing again. Lying on smooth abs, yelling, I'm losing health, it hurts. Honey, protect me. The person being called lost interest in gaming deliberately exposed himself to let enemies finish him off, then said without missing a beat. Got caught with bad timing. Unable to hold back, he swallowed those soft complaints, turning them into broken whimpers. Say honey again? Young Master Zhou had always been the scheming type. Since almost everything came easily to him, he didn't bother following rules. Living on campus was a rule for ordinary people. If he wanted to live off campus, no one could stop him. The principal even reserved a parking spot for his sports car. Treatment usually reserved for those old-timers who'd spent their lives studying. But he didn't care about that either. You could say he was indifferent to everything. Until that night at 3 a.m., when he matched with that interesting little thing. Soft, terrible at the game, but loved aggressive play. In that survival of the fittest environment, he despised this type of player most. If you're bad, why not just hide? The system doesn't need another NPC. When he turned on his mic to mess with him, he thought his disguise was perfect. Not knowing Zhou Qi saw right through his cheap voice changer. This noob didn't realize that high-level players weren't just skilled at gameplay and shooting. Their knowledge and experience were beyond his imagination. He probably hadn't seen hacks worth hundreds of thousands or KDs, over 200s. Whatever, arguing these points with him was meaningless. Instead, he was amazed by how easily satisfied and trainable this little thing was. He gradually became interested in him. He discovered his inner softness and almost absurd sense of justice, insisting on misinterpreting his own small willfulness as evil, beating himself up with regret over the slightest mistake, adorable as hell. He decided to tease him up close. He found his IP address domain. What a coincidence, it was a university's campus network. 不过一天, with some money and connections in just one day, they'd almost dug up 3 generations of Sheisha Mingxing's family history. Zhou Qi suppressed his excitement and became that aloof, noble campus heartthrob again. He moved into dorm 305, right next to his little praised bed. Look how scared he got. Zhou Qi hadn't even done anything yet, and the guy didn't dare log into his account. But that was fine. Waiting patiently was what hunters did best. 4 a.m., perfect timing. First he scared him for a bit, then with just a curtain between them, whispered softly in his ear, "Speak up, baby. Cat got your tongue." He could imagine how adorably he must be trembling. But Zhou Qi was kind enough to let him sleep in the end. Something this cute couldn't be played to death all at once. Though he didn't seem to actually fall asleep. Zhou Qi was way too good at playing the devoted lover. Learned it from watching his dad. Perfected the technique. But his mom, that hopeless romantic, refused to wake up, letting dad play around outside, while still acting like the perfect husband at home. Zhou Qi couldn't be bothered to expose it. As long as he held the company shares, that's all that mattered. On that point, his parents were united in compromise. Zhou Qi never expected his first time using schemes would be on a man. While fooling his little prey completely, he started to feel like he was getting into character too. But in this world of truth and lies, who really cares what's real? Act for a lifetime, and it becomes real. Fortunately, Zhou Qi was a dedicated hunter with enough patience. The way his little prey looked at him with complete trust made his soul tremble with just one glance. He thought he had a lifetime to slowly break him down and devour him.